Hi everyone, welcome to 40 Day Family Legacy. This is Raquel, and today we are on day 18 of our Operation Dump It phase. And before I get to the scripture, I just want to go back to the last video and the letter miracle, and that you are the miracle. I feel like I need to reiterate that you are a miracle from the Lord, and you're not here by chance. You're not an accident. You're not a mistake. And that He made you specifically to be you. And He does have a plan for your life. And if you choose to follow it, it will glorify Him. So I was just felt like I should say that again today. And then today's scripture, I had a really hard time picking it because I had to pick it out of a story that is one of my favorite Bible stories. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna read the scripture that I chose out of this story, and then kind of go over some highlights and some things about it. So it's John chapter 4 verse 14, and this is the New King James Version. But whosoever drinks of the water I shall give him will never thirst. But the water I shall give him will become in him a fountain of water springing up into everlasting life. So this comes from the story of Jesus talking to the Samaritan woman at the well. You can read the whole story in the book of John, chapter 4, verses 1 to 42. So this isn't necessarily like one of the stories that in the list of miracles that Jesus did, that it comes up in that, but it's near and dear to my heart, and it's personal to me, and I see many miracles in this story. So first of all, the Bible doesn't mention her name, although there are other sources that call her Fatina or Fatini. Second, she's a Samaritan, and Jews predominantly did not talk to Samaritans. And so when he spoke to her, she was probably really surprised. And so, but he not only talks to her, but then he asks her for a drink. And then he offers her living water. And when she says, after verse 14, when she says that to him, she's like, wow, where can I get this water? Like, I don't want to thirst again. He's talking spiritually, and she's thinking physically. And a lot of times, in our lives, I think we do that. We're thinking physically, and God is talking to us spiritually. At least that's the way it happens with me most of the time. So then he proceeds to tell her about her life and, all the things that she ever did. And that's her famous line, is he told me all that I ever did. So before, her life was full of shame. But Jesus shows up, and he doesn't show her judgment, and he allows her to be seen and heard. And I mean that quite literally, because she was the first person that he gave permission to go tell it to the world. She was a woman from Samaria with a life of sexual shame attached to her. And so and then she went and tells the whole town. And so the whole town comes, and they talk Jesus into staying there for 2 whole days. So this woman, he gave her so much freedom by not judging her, allowing her to feel seen and heard, and turned her entire life around. So he broke the shame off of her. And I just think about it. If he used a woman that had sexual sin and shame attached to her life, and she was trying to hide and not felt seen or heard or loved, how much more? And he even used her to evangelize a whole town. So how much would he want to do that for us these days? So those of us who've had sexual shame or whatever attached to them, or, you know, things happened to you that maybe you didn't have a choice. This is for you, it's for everyone, but this is the example that he gave this woman a new life in, you know, one conversation. And he can do the same for us today. I mean, we just tend to want to hold on to things. So I'm saying hold on to the miracle, grab hold of the miracle, and dump the rest. So we're in Operation Dump It, and I just was been trying to figure out how am I going to tie this word miracle to dump it. Lord, I don't get it, but there we go. We're going to hold on to the miracle, and we're going to dump the rest. So that just came out of my mouth. Anyway, I want to say thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great day or evening whenever you're listening, and happy family building.